coming up, we'll be on location at Fort Hunt Massage and Spa and the Fort Hunt Health and Wellness Center here in Alexandria, Virginia, discussing the benefits of hyperbaric oxygen therapy and how it can help treat many health issues and improve your overall health and wellness with one of this region's top integrative health and wellness experts, Lazlo. Welcome, Lazlo. It's a pleasure having you on our program today.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
We have already interviewed your wonderful co-founder and partner and wife, Sylvia. We're educating the community on the benefits of the Himalayan salt cave and all that helps in so many folks with improving their overall health and wellness at your integrative health and wellness center over here. But today we're here to talk to you, Lazlo, about the benefits of the hyperbaric oxygen therapy and your integrative health and wellness center, because you offer so many different modalities that can help so many people around the DMV region. But I wanted to begin, if I may, by having you please tell us about the vision behind this very innovative, unique, and integrative business that you have that's helping so many people.
Yes. The main idea was creating a continuous cycling healing, basically, when we can not just buy and throw lots of equipment into the spa and into the wellness center, but also those equipments actually complementary to each other. As we mentioned earlier, the Himalayan salt cave, which is basically cleans the lungs, kills the bacteria and the viruses, get rid of the mucus, loosen up the mucus, therefore opens up the airways. So that's, for example, what we recommend right before the hyperbaric chamber.
Okay.
Because the reason for the hyperbaric chamber that it became so popular, and even hospitals are using it, because for cell regeneration and rejuvenation, you need oxygen.
Yes.
The lack of the oxygen that basically speeds up also the aging process. So when you are in a high pressure, you're forcing your body, you're forcing your lungs, taking up more and more oxygen. Therefore, your rejuvenation and regeneration process is going to be speed up. And we're not just talking about the lungs, we're talking about all the organs. In a hospital, they're using it very highly effectively. Wound healing, for example, infection controls. They're using with stroke patients. It's been around for a long time. The very first one was built a doctor who helped his friend who had a very severe flu symptoms. And then after that, he dismantled it and never used it again. And then in the 40s, they started using for divers because of the compression sickness. And that's when they figured it out. That's actually the wounds starts healing faster. People who started doing that type of.
So it really speeds up our healing and our recovery.
Yes.
And I'm sure along with health and wellness benefits that it provides.
But this is why the most questions what we are getting from people that is this good for people who has a disease or has some kind of wound or infections. Yeah. And we always say no. Why? Because it's simple, just regenerates every single cell in your body. So everybody who wants to have a healthy kidney, healthy liver, wants to have just stop the aging or slow down the aging, they can all benefit from that type of treatment.
Very interesting. In fact, we've heard about professional athletes that actually have these in some of their homes to speed up their healing and recovery, right? So it's got a lot of major benefits in those areas.
And especially when you are combining together, which is going back for the main idea of this business. As I mentioned, the salt cave, that's cleaning the lungs. We also brought another equipment here, which is an electromagnetic frequency. We're going to talk about this later, which speeds up the blood circulation. So most of the problem what I see when people go into the hospitals to getting that kind of treatment, the problem is if your lung is not capable to take up the oxygen in the hyperbaric chamber, it is not going to get to the cells. If your circulation is low, that the blood is not going to bring the oxygen to the cells. So that's what I was looking for, something more complex, the saying, how can I clean that lung? How can I make that lung capable to bring as much or take up as much oxygen as it possible, and how can I speed up the blood circulation of the people, so making sure that oxygen what they inhaling in the hyperbaric chamber is going to get to the cells.
Yes, yes indeed.
So that's why we're trying to combine all of these treatments, as we're going to talk about later on, the fire and ice, the cryo chamber, and the red light therapy. Because when you combine different type of treatments, the effectiveness of the treatment is going to be double, triple, or even more than that.
So really the vision behind it, based on what you said, is you really wanted one location, right, where people from throughout the Maryland, Virginia, DC region can come to get the benefit of all these cutting edge modalities that have been around a long time, but you brought them all into one location.
Yes.
They don't have to drive to 6, 7, 8 different practitioners.
Exactly.
6, 7, 8 different locations. You offer everything here, including state-of-the-art equipment like this hyperbaric oxygen therapy. We already have featured this beautiful salt cave that you have and all the salt you had imported over here. You touched on, you have a red light therapy, which we'll talk about that and other modalities in subsequent interviews
Yes.
in the future. But it's really wonderful, the whole concept of what you have built here, you and Sylvia, to offer so many wonderful modalities that can really help folks, that are proven to help folks improve their overall health, their wellness. It's a great job you both have done.
Thank you.
Spent several months, right, building
Yes.
this beautiful center on top of the Fort Hunt Massage and Spa that you already have.
Yes, and we also try to pick the right equipment, which is most people don't know. It sometimes takes 2 or 3 months of research, just like before we bought AS.
Yes.
We had 3 months of research, which one is the best.
Yes.
There are 2 different kind of hyperbaric chambers right now based on the shell, soft shell, and hard shell.
Okay.
And the problem is lots of places have soft shell hyperbaric chambers that not capable to keep that pressure all the time, or they're not even able to go up as much with the pressure that it would benefit the clients. This is a hard shell. It's made in Germany.
Yes.
So it's a really high quality, and this is what we always went for, not even saving any money on it, because clients comes first and client safety comes first.
Yes, indeed. Everything you have here indicates that it's you're number one in looking after your clients, and client care and safety comes first, and that's why you've invested so much in all these wonderful modalities and technologies that you have. Now, getting back to this hyperbaric oxygen therapy and this chamber that we have here next to you, can you please tell us in some detail about some additional types of health and wellness benefits it provides? I know you touched on that briefly earlier.
Yes, as we talked about, that is there is different kind of diseases, stroke, wound infection. They're using for diabetes, wound healing just as well. It also helps with immune system strengthening with the white blood cell production, and as I said, as a general well-being and the general feeling good treatment by really rejuvenating and regenerating every single cell in the body. Also, it can help with insomnia, the people who has a problem with sleeping. We have 1 or 2 clients who even after the first session, they just slept through the whole night, which they haven't been for years.
So many people are carrying so much added stress, anxiety these days with the pandemic and everything going on. I can't imagine a better place to come than your Integrative Health and Wellness Center here, because you can just come here and get away from everything, decompress, and totally feel a lot better. Not just to improve health issues and other issues that people may be dealing with, but just to come and to relax and to de-stress. I can see the many benefits of that as well.
And remember just what I said, that we try to create an environment here when actually treatments are complementary to each other. So by getting a Himalayan salt cave session and an electromagnetic frequency, and you get into the hyperbaric chamber, it would be as effective as if you would get 4 or 5 hyperbaric chamber sessions, because we already speed up that blood circulation. With the massage the same, we can even combine different kind of treatment with the massage.
Yes.
That was the idea behind of the steam room and the sauna, which is dry heat and wet heat. So this is why we combine everything together. So when you get a treatment or hyperbaric chamber treatment is going to be a lot more effective than anybody else who has just a hyperbaric treatment.
And that goes back to what we said earlier. You offer all these treatments and modalities, and your clients, I'm sure, as you just mentioned, can utilize them in tandem with other treatments to complement and really add to the effectiveness that they're feeling. They all work in a complementary, synergistic manner.
Yes.
And as far as the process for folks out there watching, how does it typically work when they contact you all here, you or Sylvia? What's generally the process?
Generally, it's very easy. Usually a treatment is 60 minutes or 90 minutes. We recommend at least 10 sessions for the patients, that they can come like twice or 3 times a week or whatever they can get it, but twice a week is really recommended.
For the hyperbaric
oxygen therapy, and 10 sessions is really recommended.
Okay.
Usually after the 30 session, they have to take a 1 month off. That's always a must. The session itself is very easy because everything is computer controlled. So basically they just get into the chamber. So you see that we really wanted to get this type of chamber because as you see that it is a glass door, so people does not feel claustrophobic versus the other hyperbaric chambers when you have just a small little windows. People don't like to get into it.
There's a lot of space and room.
It's a lot of space, a lot of room in here. They're going to get a mask that can attach to the oxygen generator, and basically they getting 9 to 10 liters of oxygen every minute into the chamber, while the pressure is increasing up to 30 kilopascals in the chamber. And they just lay down and then they just sleep during that 60 minutes. After the 60 minutes is done, the unit itself is going to turn itself off and start the decompression. And then they can just open it and then just get it out.
It's all automated.
Everything is automated. They just get in and then get out.
And get the benefit of this.
Get the benefits
Yes,
of this.
indeed.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned the number of sessions earlier.
Yes.
Can that vary depending on what a client may be, what their situation may be? Would they need more sessions or over a longer period of time? You probably customize, right?
Yes.
Each treatment for each particular client and his or her needs.
Yes. It's also depend on what the client want, what kind of disease or not disease. They can come with doctor's prescription. Because at this point at the hyperbaric chamber also, the pressure has to be customized for the patient. So we really have to know why they are here or what they want, what they goal, what they disease, if they have any, or if they just here for the wellness.
Now, Lazlo, how quickly, and again, I'm sure this depends on each client, but typically speaking, how quickly do your clients start seeing the results and feeling the results from the hyperbaric oxygen therapy?
As I said, for example, in insomnia, they felt immediately right after the first session. If someone comes for wound healing, of course, they have to be a little bit more, 10, 15 sessions before they're going to see the really good results, the healing of the wound. And of course, someone who just wants wellness type of cell regeneration, rejuvenation, anti-aging, they can come once in every 2 weeks, twice a month or 3 times a month. That can be continuous, almost through lifetime, whatever they want to do.
Sure. Now we're literally out of time, but I wanted to ask you before I let you go, you and Sylvia have certainly established a reputation for excellence with both your integrative businesses here in Alexandria, Virginia, from the Fort Hunt Massage and Spa that you originally started, right?
Yes.
Many years ago out here, and so many people come from everywhere to get the benefits of all those services and treatments, but also your integrative Fort Hunt Health and Wellness Center that we have been featuring some of these modalities from the Salt Cave at our previous interview that we filmed with Sylvia, and then today with you regarding the many benefits of the hyperbaric oxygen therapy. You've touched on some of the other treatments and modalities that you offer, which we'll be back out here to film and have you all talk about as well. But You offer so much, all in the convenience and to the benefit of so many in the DMV because it's all in one location. They can literally come here and get one treatment, maybe even have a tandem treatment taking place like with the salt cave while they're in the salt cave.
Yes.
And they can just spend literally a few hours if they want.
Yes.
Or they can come during their lunchtime if it's a busy professional or a student. So my point is that you guys have really built a reputation for excellence. And I just wanted to ask you, Lazlo, before I let you go, if there's anything you'd like to add for our many folks out there watching today.
Basically, you nailed it. We are both from Europe, and what we really wanted to bring over here, that European spa experience, when it's not just about massage, not just about facial, to create a space when people can go, and even if they don't get a massage, they don't get a facial, they still can relax, they still can have some benefits from other services like a salt cave, like a sauna, because that's what we do in Europe. We go to the spas and we spend 2, 3, 4 hours in a spa, and they're just enjoying these wonderful benefits.
Yes, indeed, and that doesn't even include all the aesthetic services you offer on that part of anti-aging, which we'll be back out to talk about at a later date. But I just wanted to congratulate you and Sylvia for work and a job so well done. And the community loves you all. You've got people coming from Maryland, D.C., in addition to Virginia, and even beyond in some cases because of all that you offer. And some of these are so one-of-a-kind, unique modalities that people literally, you guys are the only ones that have them in this area, like your one-of-a-kind salt cave, for example. And I just wanted to thank you guys for, again, doing so much great work, helping so many people improve their overall health, wellness, looking better, feeling better. And on that note, I'd like to thank you as well, Lazlo, for joining us, being a guest on our program. It was a pleasure having you on.
Thank you for having me.
We'll love to be back out in the future.